My name is Lee, I'm 27 years old, I'm a non-binary lesbian, and this is a tattoo tour of all my tattoos. Okay, we're just gonna go from top to bottom. I was gonna try to do it in order of like when I got them, but it gets really confusing and I don't truly know that order. So I'll just go from top to bottom. I do have a head tattoo. It's not finished because I started it, and then I forget that I get migraines and head tattoos hurt. I don't even think you can see it. You can barely see it. It's lines. There's like one line here, a line back here, and I don't know what I was gonna do with it. But that's one of them. And then onto my arms. On this arm, once heavy duty, always heavy duty. It's a skull and crossbones with a mop and a broom. I went to a triad college, so we did work, service, and education, and my work crew was heavy duty, which was the cleaning crew, and this was one of an old patch from it, and I learned so much about myself. And my crew in college was the equivalent of like a regular college's like sorority, I guess, except you don't pay to do it, you work on campus. But I got this after I graduated in 2019, and I love it dearly. This is like half of a sun. It is the logo for the rehab that I went to, the ranch in Tennessee. Not the ranch you're thinking of, not the Dr. Phil ranch. This is actually like a residential treatment center for, people who need it. This tattoo is a flower that my friend did a few years ago. I showed up at her place at like 6 in the morning. She's like, "You want a tattoo? I just got a tattoo gun." And I said, "Yeah, give it." So that's that guy. This is my favorite tattoo. It is of my soul cat who passed away in 2021. His name was Chester. And my favorite part about this tattoo is the tiny little tongue that you can see right there. Yeah, he was sticking out his little tongue. This, I think, will always be my favorite tattoo because he was my heart. Moving down to my hands, I've got this vine going around. So I only have 2 professional tattoos. That's this one and this one. Everything else, either somebody else has done or I've done myself. So this vine, that's why the rest of them are a little wonky, because I did them. Most of them either started out as stick and pokes or were just plain stick and pokes. And then eventually I did get like a tattoo rotary pin, which is why a lot of this is wobbly, because I had trouble keeping it steady. So I've got this vine that's like going around, they, them on my hand. And then here I have little dots, this little arrow. I did a lot of Googling for symbols when I was younger, and somewhere on Google told me that this meant warrior, so I did that. And then I have a little XO here. Moving on to my other arm, I've got this guy who is outgrowing his home. You can see it's got cracks in it, he's breaking it. This was kind of a collaboration piece with a friend who had never picked up a tattoo gun, and I said go for it, and then I also touched it up. This is a little rosy maple moth that I did that I would love to get covered with a better looking rosy maple moth. This was like my first try with color. I got emotionally attached to a rosy maple moth a handful of years ago and think about it every day, so I wanted a tattoo of one. This is a tiny little sad face. A friend drew it on me and I said, hey, I'm gonna just tattoo that. This is the tattoo that I did a lot of the times I used to tattoo instead of self-harming, because I have a pretty extensive history with self-harm, and this is one that I just randomly did. Obviously couldn't finish it, yin and yang sign. I'm gonna get it covered up. I know, it wasn't a smart idea. It's not my culture. I'm gonna get it covered up. Moving down, this was one of the first tattoos I ever did. It says, I am enough. And then, as well as these little, like, sparkle star things. I don't know. These were part of the tattoos that I did that I had to hide from my parents. And so I would just doodle over them every day, and they thought it was drawings for a good year or 2, actually. There is this little thing. I don't know what that is. I just wanted something there, and I just did little dots in that. That smiley sad face, definitely very wonky because I did this solely with the rotary pin. And then that says human. And then there's a heart equal sign for equal love. This was like my first hand tattoo I ever did, finger tattoo. This is a little eye, some lines that go all the way around. This is another random symbol that I heard means healing. This is a tiny semicolon. I did this actually in rehab, with a safety pin. No, a push pin. And then I have a bunch of little wrist ones here. This is a broken tooth for Disappearing Act by the Ready Set. This is the cover of the Solstice album by Only Child, which is also the Ready Set. This is a 97%. It looks like it says 99, but that's because I tried to do like the weird little 7. But it's 97% because we share 97% DNA with orangutans, and they are my favorite animal. This tiny little lightning bolt, which you could say I did for Harry Potter, but not really. I kind of did it for my childhood best friend who doesn't talk to me anymore. And then I have this tiny little 16 on my palm for 16 Sundays by the Ready Set. That is my arms going down. I do have a piece between, like right here on my chest. I'll try to show it. This is it. An ex-girlfriend did this on me actually, and it's a symbol for Virgo. I would show you the first 3 tattoos I ever did on myself and ever got, but they're on my hips and they're a little low, so I don't feel comfortable sharing those. It's just a tiny moon, a crescent moon, a tiny little planet, and then on the other side, what was supposed to be a sun. It looks more like a squash bug. The only people that get to see that are the people that see me naked, you know? My leg, knee tattoos kind of get a little complicated. There's a little snake here. All of these I did stick and poke style, and then went over them with the rotary pin. So this here is a little doodle that I did, and I really liked it, so I wanted it tattooed on me. That's a little snake, a little candle. This is a little like airplane, like a paper airplane with a little loop. That is a tiny little ghost. It looks a lot like a Pac-Man ghost. It was not supposed to really look like that. And it was supposed to be pink, but the color faded. And then this says Sad Fantasy. It's supposed to be like an eye with a tear. Sad Fantasy is a song from the Ready Set. Here are some colorful mushrooms. This is a little lava lamp that kind of looks like a carrot, but yeah. This is a little, hello Veda. This is a little camera that says Get Out Your Head. It's for one of my favorite songs by the Ready Set, Taking Pictures. This is just a little like leaf thing. I've got a bee on my knee for bee's knees. And then this is a tiny little like, oh shit. It's either a Venus symbol or Mercury, whichever one like rules Virgo. I'm not super astrology known, but I do know that. This down here is a little bit of a mess. It's Growing Pains Hurt from a similar song. And then there is a little tiny knife right here, a little triangle that Google said means express. And then I've got a peace sign on my foot. So that's all of those. And then moving over to this leg, I've got some scissors, War Child, which is a Nico Cat song, which Nico Cat is also the Ready Set. I've got a little broken bone, a bobby pin. I was a dancer growing up, so I thought it'd be fitting to put a little bobby pin there. This is a horn that's like a loop. There's a little spot missing in it because I got a scrape and I picked it and it got the ink out. This horn, the Ready Set, my favorite band, he tweeted about having a majestic horn one time, and so I tweeted him and I said, hey, 1 like and I'll tattoo the horn on me, and he liked it, so I had to do it. Just a little band-aid, a broken heart, a little safety pin, this spider web, definitely my most painful tattoo, right on the kneecap with a little spider going down. And then this says, I belong deeply to myself. And then this I did completely with the rotary pin and color. It's BMO. We love BMO here. And then on this foot, I've got just a tiny little triangle that Google said means explore. And I do have a tiny little tattoo here. It says so it goes, but it was a little bit of a mess. That is pretty much all my tattoos. I actually am getting another one over here, either here or here, early April, of my childhood stuffed animal. I think it's kind of funny that all of my professional tattoos have ended up being on one arm. I do plan on getting more professional tattoos, it's just money, and I haven't done a tattoo myself in a good, probably like 2 years now. I still have all the supplies, I just haven't thought of anything, I guess. That is all my tattoos. I've tried to count them before. I think they're somewhere around like 50 or 60 something. It's hard because a lot of them are very small. So yeah, thanks for watching. And subscribe to my channel, I guess, if you want to see more of me. I'm going to start making more videos. Anything about my life. I don't know. Thanks for watching.